So I want to talk about how listening as a practice has changed my life and changes life. At some point in my life, I started caring more about my safety than I did my growth or my happiness. I cared about feeling secure and safe and like I couldn't get caught off guard by things or be surprised by things. So I only put myself in situations that I could control or predict. I stopped doing new things. I stopped exploring. I stopped investing energy in new people. And my life came to a halt. And a lot of us spend life in that halt. But if you're here, I have a feeling that you're kind of fed up. And I was. At the end of last year, I went through a really, really big shift that was brought on by, in my case, a catalyst of the medical variety. And for a while, I thought that that's what it took, that opening up your neural pathways was the only way that you can change them. And yeah, it gives you a bit, it lets you zoom out and it made it a lot easier for me to have clarity and see what needed to change and what I really want. But even then, growth is never going to come as some cinematic overcoming of all of your inhibitions and then you're forever cured and living authentically. It's not supposed to go that way. And if it did, that wouldn't really be very satisfying. So I've learned to appreciate the process and learn to appreciate what every struggle teaches me. And the fact that I have to learn all of that. I learn things the hard way, so I'm in it for the long haul, but it's a practice. So what this experience showed me is that I don't know anything, and no one knows anything. No matter what you think you know in your mind, it's only a belief that came from information. How much you trust the information adds to your sense of stability in believing it, but nonetheless, it's based off of something that you were told or something you saw, something you experienced. I think of listening now as more than just like taking in information through your ears. I think of it as a sort of state of reception. And I've learned that every moment that you spend thinking is a moment that's blocking your senses from delivering information to your brain. And the more time you spend overthinking, the less information you have, which is ironic because overthinkers want to feel secure, so we try to figure out how everything's going to go. We try to calculate every aspect of what we see around us. And because of that, our senses are so enclosed, and what you learn and what you receive from the input around you is so limited by fear of what could happen. At some point, thinking that way, you start to see people as risks instead of opportunities. New people. You start to see situations that way. You start to see opportunities as circumstances. And the shift happens when You learn to stop thinking so much and take in new information. At some point, I was like, wait a minute. I think I know how this person is going to react to what I said. I think that this person won't receive me well if I grow and I start changing my sense of humor to include this and exclude this thing that I don't want to make fun of anymore. And so if I think that this shift will bother this person, then I don't do it, and I just act inauthentically, and I'm making fun of things that I don't believe in making fun of, and I'm acting in ways that aren't true to me because I don't think that that person would meet me there. I'm using my mind to make a decision for somebody based on how I've seen them react to things before, which does not give them any opportunity at all for growth. If I never try something again because I saw that it didn't work before, then that doesn't take into account at all the fact that things can change. Sometimes it's timing, sometimes it's who you tell something to, sometimes it's where you did it, sometimes it's how you delivered it. But anything that you've ever tried that didn't go well for you was one experience based on an infinite number of variables. Our minds are very powerful, but they can't calculate all of that. We can try, and we will be pretty miserable that way. But because there is an unlimited number of variables, and because there's always things changing, always something new, always something happening for the first time, we can choose to listen to new input. I can choose to walk around the place that I work and have my eyes open for details that I haven't seen about the room before. Or I can talk to someone and notice the way that a part of their face moves that I've never seen when they feel a certain way that I've never seen them be. All of a sudden, everything is a little bit unrecognizable when you realize that listening to the input from the world is your connection to it. Everything becomes a little bit unknown, even the things that you love. And that's pretty exciting, I think. The fact that everything that I love can grow with me and can always give me something new and can always change. It's a foolproof way for things to never get boring and stagnant. Unless I decide to believe that they are and stop listening to the new and saying, oh, this person wouldn't want to do this activity with me because they never have, and because of that I don't have anybody that I can do this thing with, and I'm never gonna do it. First of all, you don't need anyone's permission to make changes in their life for you to make changes in your life. Your frequency that you're living at will resonate with anyone that you come across that's ready to meet you at that frequency. And dulling your own down for other people is a guaranteed way to keep yourself from growing. But why not try? Why not see if, because you want to do something new, they also want to do something new? And if they're not ready for that, then somebody is. Or you do it alone. I picked up longboarding on my own because I couldn't find anybody that wanted to longboard with me on a regular basis. And I have a lot of fun with it. I have very, very few people around me that would tell me that this right here is a good idea. But when I'm alone and when I'm listening to my own inner voice, I know that it's what I want. and there's no other reason to do it that's worth anything, well, I guess unless you just want, well, if you want service of other people, it's because you want it. Like, yeah, if I want to do something, that's the only reason to do it. And if I don't, then the reasons don't matter because they're not mine. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna try new things, and I'm gonna experience things for the first time, and I'm going to put myself out there in ways that might embarrass me, or might look a little bit silly, or I might get made fun of, and I'm gonna do it because I'm curious to see what happens. I'm listening for new things to happen that I haven't seen before. And my friend, when you start receiving the world around you instead of calculating it constantly, it's unfathomable how fast you learn and how fast you grow. And the speed doesn't even matter. It's going to move up, it's going to move down, it's going to move back, it's going to move forth. And you're going to go all over the place. And you have to let go of what you think is going to happen, because it won't keep you safe. It'll keep you still. Well, that's all I got for you. I hope you have a great day. I hope you start the process. I hope you enjoy the process. And I hope you let it work itself out and trust it. And I love you.